trade without discrimination or non-discriminatory trade? Well, in order to understand that, we need to understand two terms. One is most favored nation and the other is national treatment. These are terminologies which are very unique and due attention should be given to understand them. Most favored nation means, or most favored nation principle means, that a trade concession granted by a WTO member to the other member should be extended to all WTO members. So let's take an example. Trade concession can mean, for example, a lower custom duty being charged. Suppose that India lowers custom duty on steel imports from South Korea. Then MFN will require that not only for South Korea this trade concession be given, but for other WTO members also. India should ideally be reducing that custom duty for the other WTO members also, which has some exceptions as well. Exceptions can be free trade agreements. As most of you will be knowing by now, that free trade agreements are the ones where the concessions are given only to those countries which are in the agreement. So in free trade agreement, that can be the most favored nation principle can be left out. Or when the goods are coming from some developing or underdeveloped countries, in which case they are given special accesses. So certain times what happens when a least developed country or a developing country is exporting a product, they are given special access. Special access like there will not be any tariff, non-tariff barrier charged from them, but that is exceptional to the MFN. What is also unique about MFN is that the name is opposite to its meaning. Hence, extra care needs to be taken. By name it appears that we are favoring a nation, but actually it is telling do not favor any nation. So that's a unique part of MFN. National treatment, which is very clear by the name, here the name and the meaning is quite similar, requires that there should be equal treatment of the imported goods with the domestically produced goods in the domestic market. So each terms are important here, I repeat. National treatment requires equal treatment of imported goods with the domestically produced goods in the domestic market. For example, suppose that steel is getting imported by India from, say, South Korea, the same example, and Indian steel company is also providing steel in the Indian market. So once the South Korean steel has paid their custom duties or followed all the requirements, then the Korean steel should be treated on same level as the domestic steel in the domestic market. Government, for example, should not discriminate between the South Korean steel and the Indian steel. That is national treatment.